I saw a video during the week and there was a girl and she was talking about how she was kind of looked upon strangely when she referred to her ATM card as a pass card because she's just never let go of that old phrasing. And they used to call it a pass card because it was like...
No, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No.
Because I was going to mention... So there used to be... It was like... Bank of Ireland, that's what the name of the card was. It was a pass card. Right?
No,
And some people still refer to it as that.
Mm.
But when she didn't even, like what I'm about to refer to, she didn't even say. And I was like, holy, okay. Yeah. Because when I was around that age and I was like just of age of getting an ATM card, you could either get an ATM card, which was solely for the ATM. You couldn't use it nowhere else. It was just for the ATM for the purposes of cash. Or you could be fancy and apply for a laser card.
I remember a laser card, but I don't remember a pass card. Like, pass card is fictional in my
It's
brain.
your brain, yeah. And I nearly dropped dead. I was like, oh my God, how futuristic a laser card was and now how fucking outdated a laser card is.
See, if somebody said, oh, give me your laser, I wouldn't be like,
No, yeah,
Loser.
you'd still
be
get
like, oh,
it.
here's my card.
Yeah.
You'd still be like, yeah, there's my laser, but you wouldn't.
It's just mental to me that we used to, because I remember like applying for a laser card and I felt like I had a credit card.
Oh.
It was for all the girlies who didn't have a credit card, but felt like it was like the new age of the debit card.
And now it's like
Now
ATM card.
Now it's Visa debit. No, there's
debit
there's
card.
no real cards now that you can just have. I'm sure there is, but just for the ATM, like rarely would anybody just say, no, I just want one to get cash.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a Visa debit then. Because I remember Visa debit then coming out and it had the Visa logo in the corner and I used to always want to have it popping out with the old fucking purse so that people saw that I had a Visa.
Oh my.
Sa.
Losers. I remember when I was in America, you could get customized one, and mine was a Hello Kitty. Bank of Ireland, Hello Kitty. And I was like, put it up on Facebook, and everyone was like, maybe don't put your card up on Fucking eat you.
Because the card number's on the front. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or when you used to, I think, didn't Pound and TSB let you put your own photo on it?
What? I didn't
Like
know
a
that.
phone case.
Stop.
And it was so funny because I remember the amount of people that went to do it. Whoever was doing these fucking cards, they always botched it. They always cut someone out. Or it was like blown into somebody's eyeball rather than the full picture. It was so fucking funny. Like the mess ups of the pictures on the cards.
I didn't see any of those, actually, shockingly enough.
It was fucking
You loved it.
brutal. Like I remember one of my mates sent one in and it had like this white, kind of framing around it. It would have been like a 5x7, whatever fucking photo. Sent it in. It was like half of our brother's head and the rest was all white. It was fucking brutal. Hello, and you're very welcome along to the Unpopular Opinion podcast. My name is Jen.
I'm Carla.
Sorry, I got a bit distracted there because we're supposed to get an update every week to see if there's still tickets available for our show. We haven't gotten an
haven't
update.
got one yet, so
I'm going to plug it anyway. We're doing a show on the 22nd of August in the last
could or
lounge.
could not be sold out. We're not entirely sure.
Give it a go. The
Yeah.
link will be down in the description below. All of our side of the profits will be going to the people of Palestine. And as always, the ACAST supporter link is there if you wanted to do a one-off donation.
Pop over. It'll be good crack, as we said. There will be table service.
Yeah.
there will be halftime acts, hopefully. This is our Super Bowl. So
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
if you're a listener of the podcast or if you just want to do something fun with the donation,
Yeah.
come along.
Yeah, it'll be a bit of crack.
We'll have good fun. We cannot start this episode without breaking news, my people.
Fucking hell.
Justin Timberlake was arrested for DWI.
Driving what?
Yeah, DWI, not DUI, driving under influence. He was actually
Had the bottle in
DWI,
hand.
which is driving while intoxicated. So I don't understand
The difference?
the difference there, but there you go.
I don't know why I thought it was like driving with. No, because that's the influence. Like, did he have the bottle in the hand? Did he have the tin on his lap?
Yeah, so mad. So I don't I was like, because then there's like drug driving, isn't there, as
Yeah.
well? So then I was like, maybe it was that, but it wasn't. It was apparently the reports are coming in. Apparently he had 7 martinis.
Jesus.
Yeah. But again, that is a source has said that he was under the influence of 7 martinis. So let's not
How
look into that too much.
did he obviously, how did he get caught? Or was it a checkpoint? Like, how was what prompted?
So there's a few stories that are coming out, and the verbatim from the cop who pulled him over was that he was so young he didn't even know who he was.
Yeah.
And he tried to like be like, it's me.
Oh,
And Iran was like, don't care.
Yeah.
Because he hadn't a breeze who he was. Which I do believe. People are like, unbelievable. I'm like, no, that is believable. For Gen Z, that's so believable.
So believable. And
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake looks like Mark
Any
Zuckerberg from
bloke.
Wish.
Any bloke
Yeah.
in the entire world. He could be anyone.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really...
And he doesn't look like he doesn't look like Justin Timberlake anymore either.
No, but also he's not had a hit. Like, his last hit was that fucking Trolls movie one. What's that? Can't Stop the Feeling.
Yeah.
That was 2015 or 2014.
Yeah.
It's nearly a decade ago.
Mm-hmm.
So your mum was probably bopping to that
Yeah, as a kid.
as a
watching
kid.
Trolls.
Or was a teenager at that point and was like, who's that loser?
Didn't care. Yeah.
Like, he was probably born when Sexy Back came out, you know? It's not
Yeah.
really, I don't know. People are strange the way that they'll like defend this man, to be honest, because I'm like, his celebrity isn't...
No.
He's not as, to our generation, of course, but like, I still think that there's places that Christina Aguilera can go to no bother with no one knowing who she is.
Yeah.
You know, and there's kind of like Britney Spears, different level. Mm-hmm. That woman is everywhere at all times. She's very much still present in pop culture. Her discography is huge. And she kind of like, she very much will be that like Madonna. You know, she'll just always be lingering
She's
around.
a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and also because of everything that's happened with her
Personal life, yeah.
personal life, court proceedings, all that other kind of stuff. This man is, again, just not really...
Yeah.
He's not as recognisable as I feel like some people on the internet was trying to make out that he was. Again, to our generation, yeah, you probably would, but you probably take a second glance.
It's yeah, especially that's what I mean these days as well.
Yeah.
Because I looked at it and I was like, he's the fucking image of Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, it's giving random white man. It's not what it used to be anyway. So he said he didn't recognise him or his name. And a second source also added that Justin said under his breath, this is going to ruin the tour.
What? Sorry, excuse me. What? The world tour.
Yeah, the cop replied, what tour? And Justin said, the world tour. So apparently he's set to make 400 million on this tour.
I mean, he's doing better than J-Lo.
But I just don't believe that either. See, this is where it's like there's so many different little layers to this story. But then the tour, his world tour, did sell out.
Yeah.
Which is...
More than J-Lo can say.
J-Lo can't say that.
Yeah.
You know, J-Lo cannot say that.
Yeah.
And again, I think J-Lo is somebody who's so much more recognisable
Same. Yeah.
than...
And I'd argue a better show person as well.
Absolutely. And more effort.
More bangers.
Like, he's going to do what? Like that fucking stupid two-step?
Yeah.
In a circle? I don't know.
And his songs got so boring. Like, I'd level him off with Take That Now. Their songs just went shit after a good while.
Yeah, they put out too much of the same things. And that's kind of
Yeah.
where he went. Like, he was okay. Like, he did the Mirror thing. I was never a fan of Mirror.
Yeah.
Didn't love it. The 50-50 Experience, that album, like, some of it was good. Don't Hold the Wall was a banger. You know, there was a couple of songs there that Timberland kind of came through for. But
Yeah.
when he does his kind of out-and-out pop, it's just not. Whereas kind of like moody, folky. Do you remember he did that fucking Say Something song? Oh. Anyway, if you want to know more about Justin Timberlake, I read his autobiography. It's on our Patreon. It was...
We're like constantly saying, I don't give a shit about this man.
Yeah.
The amount of effort we put into
sorry,
talking
we
about
say that constantly and like hate Rita Ora. Anyway, Rita Ora again.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't hate Rita Ora. I just don't understand
We
Rita
don't.
Ora.
Our episode on Patreon is literally called "What Is It?"
What is Rita
Ora?
Ora? Yeah. So I don't know. This is it's shall we say a developing story? Like, there's nothing really else to say. I think people are delighted because of his VMA speech in 2007, where he came out, he accepted the award. He wasn't in, you know, when they did the VTs and he was holding little popcorn. He was like, "Hey everybody, sorry I can't be there tonight. Justin Timberlake." And he was like, he said in it, because this is during Britney's kind of like meltdown era, and he was like, "I'm looking at you, stop drinking. You know who I'm talking to. You know who you are. You look sloppy. It's getting sloppy. So you know who you are. Stop drinking. Anyway, thank you.
I have no recollection of that.
Yeah.
And now I'm like,
Oh, I've seen it now. Yeah, you definitely did see it.
okay.
You definitely do know it. Yeah, this tour is apparently sold out. It's called the Forget Tomorrow World Tour.
I mean, if that's what he'd like.
Yeah.
He was trying to, but he got arrested and he woke up in a cell. So
Yeah.
the reminder's there.
So a couple of his dates have already had to be cancelled due to his court appearances in. But like again, in America, you can just pay off that shit. No,
Yeah, I feel, yeah.
it's like here's $100,000.
That's just a little notch on. It's just it's a little step to overcome.
That's fuck all. Like over there, you can pay your way out of most things.
Yeah.
It's kind of terrifying. So I don't know why this would. I don't know why this would change much. Something else to note is he has a mugshot. We finally have a Justin Timberlake mugshot, and in it, he looks like he has just gotten a smack off his ma with a wooden spoon, and he's up in his. You know, when it's like that happened, kind of Christmas morning, he got too rowdy, and now he's had to come down for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so his eyes are red rimmed.
Yeah.
And his cheeks are flushed. So I asked everybody to caption it
Yeah.
because I
Dying
was like,
for this. I was hanging on for your stories and you never posted them. I was like, oh, hopefully just going on the podcast.
yeah.
now.
So I said, it looks like some lad who shows up at a funeral afters. Nobody really knows him that well. He gets pissed and he tried to crack out the guitar for a course of the Fields of Athenry.
Or Wonderwall.
Yeah. Well, Fields of Athenry because it's a funeral. You know, he does know his. No one. Imagine this. He just wrote. You're like, who is that?
Yeah.
And he says his name's Billy. And you're like, right. And it's like, I was a good friend of your dad's.
Yeah.
Were you? I don't remember. Yeah, we worked together a few years ago.
Yeah.
You know, he was a good man. Good chap.
Cheeky fucker.
Yeah. One of those.
Okay.
But like, not, he, like, what age is Justin Timberlake? Like 45? So he's not in complete cheeky fucker material yet. He's on his
not
way.
there. He's on the cusp yet.
He's ascending. You know? And then I said bonus points for him working in I'm Not a Racist But to the bartender because he definitely looks like that in that mugshot.
He does, yeah.
So I asked everybody else. There was some funny, some tried, some funny, some punny.
I love it.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
There you go.
Jesus, it's full circle on this fucking podcast.
Some people said, cry me a river. My own face. Oh, you got him there. Oh, you fucking got him. Then someone just said criminal. I mean, yeah. It's kind of the mugshot thing. Good for you. Someone said, image of Louis Walsh.
No, fuck off. He actually is.
Oh my God, I am rocked.
I need to Google this mugshot right now.
I
And
wish
look
this
at
was
this
a
while you're
visual.
reading this out. Justin.
Did you not see the mugshot?
I did see it,
But
but I
it's
need
not-
to.
no, it's ingrained
while
into my
you're
brain.
talking about this, I need to be looking at it.
I have a brain tattoo.
Timber.
Yeah. So Louis, what that? If you please, if you're listening to this right now, give yourself a quick pause and go and Google
The Justin Timberlake
the
mugshot.
mugshot. Okay, it's going to be one of those ones that's going to be ingrained into like our
Fucking
heads.
is the
Yeah.
image of
Image
Louis
Louis
Walsh.
Someone said absolute anti-vaxxer. Fair.
Yeah.
I just needed one good passport picture.
Yeah.
Um,
You wouldn't get through with that background though.
Someone said I'm not a racist, but I don't think the guitar is Irish. It doesn't know the chords.
Okay.
I don't understand that.
I think somebody tried a bit too hard on that one.
I don't get the chords. I don't understand that joke. It's just something that I don't get.
Yeah, maybe
There's obviously
are
a
we
joke there
just
that I don't
thick?
get.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a joke in there somewhere. It's just not registering in my brain. Someone said it looks like a selfie of a guy who cheats on you and sends you a pic like being like, please take me back.
I just can't stop thinking about her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loads of Crimea rivers.
Yeah.
Man detained for flashing the portal, screaming I'm bringing sexy back.
Yeah.
When you come in high as fuck and your mum is sniffing around you and you're trying to act cool.
Yeah.
There you go. Someone said bye 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 in the tune.
Good one.
It was a margarita. I feel for you. I knew you'd love that one.
That's a good one.
Someone else said, oh my God, Louis Walsh. Why do I see him?
Yeah.
And someone else said, the image of Louis.
Yeah.
Louis W. So I'm guessing, well, it was hardly Louis from fucking One Direction, was it?
Yeah.
So there you go. Someone else said, I don't actually have a job. I just trade. It's so much easier to just invest in stocks.
Yes! And do you know what else?
Crypto, bro.
You know what I also thought when I looked at this? I was like, do you know his character in The Social Network? Your man who owns
Yeah.
Napster. The image is just owning Napster, isn't he? Like,
it's
isn't
like
he?
set up an illegal downloading system. Got a bit fucked up from it. No, he doesn't look clever enough to do that.
No, he does. He looks like just one of them fucking
Slimy elf.
heads.
Well, someone else said, I've a startup business. It's kind of small now, but I've got big plans for
Yeah.
buds. Big future.
Yeah, he does.
And my wife won the custody battle.
Mm.
The money was just resting in my account.
Yeah, it's a very offshore look.
Oh, sorry. We have to protect the women and the children
The fatness.
from the fatness. I've nothing against immigrants, but the illegal fellas are coming over. And I tell you, COVID's a flu.
Yeah.
It's that jibby juice that they give you that causes you the problems.
Fuck's sake.
Someone said acting sober while a bouncer looks at your ID.
Yes.
I was
Yeah.
like, the flushed cheeks. No, I'm fine, actually. Defo not
Hey.
allergic to beer.
Birthday is 16th of 1985. What did I see?
What did I see?
What year did I just say?
Ah, you're just
Making me a Jiminy.
getting a Gemini. I love her.
I double dogged that you.
Someone said, no, I wasn't crying. There was just something in my eye.
Yeah. It's to bang off it.
Someone said, a model on the advert for Viagra.
Mm.
Because it's like an everyman.
yeah,
You know, he's
yeah.
kind of, he does look like an everyman. Someone said, in toxic, aided. Whoa, whoa,
Wet.
whoa,
That fucking brilliant.
whoa, whoa, that was insane. Whoa. When I move home for Christmas, when everyone's home for Christmas, I moved to London to work on my music. You know,
Ah,
no more
that's-
small town.
Yeah.
There's that. Oh,
Living in a loft, like.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then it looks like that mature student who's scabbing smokes and workman's.
Yeah.
And then someone else said, who's going to jail? And then JT replies, it's gonna be me.
I saw a meme where it was like, officer, when will I be able to drive again? And the
Oh,
officer
yeah.
says it's going to be
It's
me.
gonna be me. Saying no worries when in fact there's loads of worries.
Yeah, I'm fine when you're in fact not fine.
Yeah. Gonna tell my kids that this is Eminem.
Yeah.
When your boss asks you the same question for the 7th time. Looking in the mirror at a house party and telling yourself you're not that drunk. Yeah. Those are all things that I can see for him. So look, he is what he is.
Yeah.
It is what it is, you know, he did what he got to do.
He got to do what he got to do.
You know, there was 2 people in this. There was the cop who did not know him. There was Justin, who was trying to do what he thought was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And there was a cop who really thought that, you know, he was the victim in this too.
The context is completely lost when you see the side profile and what he was wearing.
What do you mean?
It looks like he's wearing a suit in the mugshot, but like he was wearing
No, he was wearing
t-shirt and
and
jeans.
jeans.
Yeah.
Which is, and
Very
the t-shirt, like a
baggy
baggy
t-shirts.
t-shirt and jeans. I'm like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
This man got away with, like, the stuff that he got away with as far as cultural appropriation should be
Yeah.
studied. Because women have been so called out on all of that shit from the, like, and I know the 00s were a different time, but in
Yeah.
particular, he was
He's
just
wearing
the
do-rags,
king. He was
like-
he was
Like I know he
fully-
had curly hair,
he
but
fully had a black accent.
yeah, and he didn't need he didn't have. I
Jenny
know he had
Wang.
little curly hair, but he didn't have waves. He didn't need a do rag,
No,
but he went around with one.
and he also definitely had cornrows a few times.
Yeah,
There was just so many things that happened there that is outrageously ambiguous. Oh yeah, Jenny Wang, for real, for shiz. So there you go. That's all on JT.
ew.
This isn't really a developing story, but if anything else comes from it, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I will talk about this again. This is not something that I'm putting to bed. This is something that I will, in fact, talk about again.
This episode though,
Let's dive right in.
let's dive right in, shall we? 19 minutes later. Excuse me.
So pressure. I said this to Jen. It was very, very specific.
Very niche, very specific.
So pressurized impulse buys. Those kind of buys where you walk out. I think I spoke about this not too long ago, where I went into Harvey Norman. I was just looking like for a regular degular laptop. I just needed a laptop that would deal with Excel spreadsheets and PowerPoint. Nothing more, nothing less. Your man asked me, what's my budget? I said, I don't really know. I was like, it's you know, for work. And he was like, oh, is this going on a business card? I said, yeah. And he proceeded to show me just laptops I would never need. Just laptops I would never, ever need. And I was like, okay, I need to get away from you, because then he wouldn't leave me alone. You know, that where you're just
he
like,
saw like money bags.
but funny enough, he's the same guy that we bought our cameras from.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, now he didn't remember me, but I remembered him, obviously.
Yeah.
And I was just very like, oh my God, go away. Like, leave me be. You're just taking me around the same 3 laptops, and I'm not going to buy any of those.
Were you?
Because they are triple what I wanted to spend.
Yeah. Were you anywhere like near the end of the month when you were doing this? Was he reaching for a target like commission?
I can't actually
How does that
remember.
work? If anybody works in like the likes of Harvey Norman.
Yeah, they get commission, yeah, and it's dependent on the concession. So Shark will pay X. You know, it just really depends. So the brands actually compete with them, and it's all built into a terms agreement. It's nothing to do with like Harvey Norman, if they have their own products themselves, if they've different, but it's generally to do with the actual brand itself. We'll set those targets, and we'll set that kind of level of commission.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like a 3-way agreement. It seems complicated, but it's not.
Okay.
But it does have a lot to do with because obviously everybody who works in Harvey Norman works for Harvey Norman. They don't work for these kind of things.
Yeah.
And there is staff on a lot of there will be staff sent in by, like, maybe if they had like an Apple section, they might send, like, Apple would pay for that staff. They don't in Harvey Norman. I'm just giving you an example.
Yeah.
Of a couple of different brands. And so sometimes you might have like a target incentive built into terms. There might be like an SOA agreed. There might be like different little bits. It'll be like, for this month, like DeLonghi are going to give you 3% more.
Right.
So if you go in for a coffee machine, you might find yourself being steered away from Nespresso.
Yeah.
Toward DeLonghi.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fairer, because it's really just dependent on the brand itself. And what I will say is, and I've worked with a lot of different Harvey Normans over the years, they're very, from what I know, they're quite neutral.
Okay.
They're not like...
They don't favour one brand over the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, now, there's plenty of people out there. There's plenty of salespeople. Again, I'm talking in a very sweeping, generalised statement. From what I know and from working with them, plenty. There is... they are quite neutral.
Okay.
But there will be times where there is different kind of incentives.
Right.
And again, it like, not that it doesn't really matter, but I suppose when you go in and you're looking for, that's why Sephora, I think the Sephora model works really well. I know I'm bringing it back to beauty, but it's because I know a lot about that. But like, you go in and you're looking for something, and they show you their recommendations for what you're telling them. So it's a little bit, so if I kind of went in, look, I want a coffee maker, I wanted to do X, Y, and Z, I'm not really fucked on brand, and they kind of show you a few things from that. It's a little bit more free flowing.
Yeah.
Then, say, sometimes you can kind of go in, find yourself with one particular salesperson who's working for a very specific brand, and then you're kind of stung talking to them for like 15 minutes. It's one of those. But yeah, as I said, I don't think he was on a certain brands. He was looking for a certain brands, because he showed me HPs. He showed me, name some other laptop, I don't know, ThinkPads. He showed me lots of different yokes.
Yeah.
HP ThinkPads. He showed me loads of different things. So that was that. But it was just, again, he just didn't leave me alone for it. And I was like, oh, you're just not getting it here. And he actually over confused me, because I had one. He was like, we don't have that one in stock, but let me show you this one. That's double the price. He's like, yeah, but it's a business card anyway. So
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. He just saw money signs.
I was like, this is so irritating. Like,
yeah.
He was like, and then, you know what you could do? Sorry, that's when it got an absolute piss take. He was like, do you know what you could do? Do you know that do you have all like your licenses for like Microsoft Office? And I was like, yeah. And I think as well, because when it comes to laptops, I don't give that much of a fuck. I've always kind of used a Dell or a HP when I've had to use Windows systems. And then previous to that, I've always used a MacBook. Like I had a MacBook the whole way up until my last job. And I don't, again, as I said, a laptop for me previously was something that I could like use on the road. Now I do a lot more on it and all that other stuff. So like there's a level of, I need these two things. I need to be fast doing these couple of things that I'll spend my most amount of time. But then he started being like, you should probably buy, because I was like, no, we have, like, the company has all its licenses in all that shit, all the Office suite. He was like, yeah, but you could just buy your own then. So then, like, if you ever leave, you'd have it.
What?
Why would I be doing that, you mad thing?
Yeah.
So obviously there is a, like, he'll get commission on that or what. It was just such a mad. I was like, do you think I'm that ditzy?
Yeah.
You know, and that's frustrating. I'm like, I've done a little, I literally came in and I was like, I've done my little bit of research. I've done my bits and bobs. This is the crack. So anyway, I wasn't swizzed, but there has been times before where I've walked out and gone, why the fuck should I buy that?
Yeah, yeah, I get you.
There's been plenty of times that I've walked out and been like, okay.
That's now curries is very much a different matter. They don't give a fucking curry. Because I remember going in to buy the laptop for the podcast, and then I just went in with the name, model, make, yeah, man, it was just like, okay. And he just went into the back. That was
Yeah.
great. He got a handy that day.
But you had your research done. Like, you
Yeah.
can't deter that. I kind of went in being like, oh,
No, I get you, yeah. Now, I was swizzed into buying, and I will say, because I told you the one that I was swizzed into, and it was a really good brand, and I still fucking have it. I don't regret it. But at the time, I did not go in intending on buying. So I went to Jervis, and this particular,
Classic.
it was like 2009, 2010, and I was, Amica had a stand in Jervis.
before they rebranded, yeah.
Yeah. So they had no. Well, it was that. Yeah. Well, like they obviously launched it in a bigger kind of. It's a huge name now. But there was this girl, and I was walking from. I think I was going from, like, the toilet to Forever 21. Like, it was across the kind of
Miss Forever 21.
to the fairway kind of thing. But she was out of her way.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
To catch me. I was like, "What are you?
Hello.
Surely you have a fucking." Like a restraining order, you know what I mean? Like your fucking your ankle bracelet or whatever. You can't be walking this far over to me. No, she was. She's not a bother on her. Well, you can do this and you can do that with the wand and this, and she was like selling me the glove and all this, and I don't know why, but I was like, oh, okay, because I had let her do, I think, most of my hair.
I think that's where they get you. Where you're like, okay, you've done all my hair now, so I feel like I have to.
Yeah, and I felt fucking terrible. So I was like, oh God, right, okay. But to be fair to her, I still have the wand. It's still in use. It's still banging. It's the only one that I use. I always get compliments when I do my hair with it. You can do 100 different styles with it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I think it got bought over and then it rebranded.
Yeah,
and
now it's
like
huge.
The huge, kind of colourful. They do loads of styling products. Their hot brush kind of is viral on TikTok and all
they've
that
a lot
other
of
stuff.
spray products and stuff. Now we can't seem to get most of the ones that they talk
No,
about.
their
in
wet
America.
line isn't. No, their wet line is Sephora, I think, exclusive.
Yeah.
So I don't think. I'm not even sure if it's in the UK yet.
I could be raging. No, I've looked on all the Look Fantastics and Cold Beauties and stuff. Yeah, no, it's not on it. The specific ones. Now I'm sure you could get I'm sure, because there's a social star actually that I want to talk about on Patreon. But basically, I'm sure you could. She talks about, the active ingredients and how to dupe them.
Yeah.
She is fantastic.
Wow.
She's
You can't wait to hear about her.
That's her type of autism that she said. Like she said, this is what she obsesses over, and she says, "Lucky for you."
Oh, okay. She's
it's
like, let me
brilliant.
bring this to
yeah,
you.
exactly. It's brilliant.
I love that.
So I'm sure there is versions available. It's probably just got to do with the FDA and the EU standards and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's a huge brand now, and I absolutely love it. But another fucking thing in Jervis, the same and it would have been in the same space that Amica was in a couple of years before, was them, and I'm pretty sure loads of people would remember this. You know the fuckers that come over to you and they have the nail file that has 4 sides on it,
No.
and they're, oh my God,
I never saw
Carla,
them.
right?
I thought you were going to say the perfume, like them fucking perfume.
No.
They pop up in front of you like corpses out of The Walking Dead. They're insane. They're literally like, bang, you're like, whoa!
Yeah.
And I hate, they used to grab you. Do you remember when they used to grab your
so
wrist? Oh, they're so lucky I didn't give them a quick box.
It was like, years ago when you're leaving cert holiday and you were warned to stay away from the women putting the friendship bracelets on you because you were getting pickpocketed. It was that type of vibe.
Oh.
With some of these stands. But your man, he grabbed me with my hand, and so you can buy them on the infinity stands now, like it's a fucking Sundrell. It's these, the 4-sided nail files. One is to file, one is to buff, one is to polish, one is to this
Yeah, you
kind
just
of
get them in sets now, no?
Get them, they're so fucking cheap. You can get them for €3 on an infinity stand, right?
Yeah.
But these were patented before that was ever a thing.
Okay.
So you got this fella over, he was doing all the things, and your nail was like
Perfect.
perfect after, right? the fucking difference that your nail, right? But I can't even remember what the fuck it began with. It began with a T, and it was like a sea salt based brand, and they had these like washes and creams and stuff. So it came in a set. But I looked at my nails and I was like, oh, that's actually marvelous. And I think he had gotten through about 4 fucking nails
Oh
at
my
this stage, and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna have to
buy
fuck it.
this.
I bought 2 sets. Now I
Jen!
bought them. I bought 2 sets.
How much?
Bought them at Christmas time, so I gave them out as gifts. I think it was 40 for the 2 sets, but they were like 30 each or 35 each or something like
They
that.
always have fucking deals, don't they?
Mad
They always
deals.
have a buy one, get
So
one.
I got them and I gave them as presents. But then I learned from that because it was in Debenhams in Blanche, and it was the same fucking crowd. Because I was walking through Debenhams in Blanche, and some fella, it was around Christmas time, he had this nail file. He came over to me, can I show you this? Can I show you? I was like, no! No, you cannot!
Yeah.
I have it already. Leave me alone, please. I'm in a hurry.
And it's
like pure victim.
I know, and I feel so bad for them because it's like it's
a hard
a level
job.
of Sky.
Yeah.
Sky knocking on the door. It's cold calling, but just like in a shopping centre, it's traffic stopping. They used to try and make us do it like Benefit. Oh my god, they were like the queens of fucking traffic stopping. They like invented traffic stopping, which is where you'd like float around the store and grab someone and be like, "Hi, can I try this mascara out on you?"
Yeah.
And you bring them back to the counter. Oh god, it was hardcore. I just truly, it was one of my like badges where I was like, I think I'm the only person who ever worked in Boots for Smashbox that never traffic stopped. Never, ever traffic stopped. Always made my target somehow.
Yeah.
Never traffic stopped. I couldn't do it.
No,
I couldn't.
it's
I'm
so
not
awkward.
built like that.
I used to go in and just put my fucking head down because I hated it.
Mortifying.
Mortifying.
Yeah. I know. It's and I feel because I know what it's like on the counters.
Yeah.
Like I manage people and I'd be like, go out traffic stopping.
Get out there.
Yeah, I'd be like, get out
Go and
there.
do what I wouldn't
And it was
do.
genuinely, and it was like one of those
there.
funny things. They'd be like, and we'd laugh about it. They'd be like, and you've never. I was like, babe, I don't have to. Look at my sales. I don't have to. So get out on the floor.
Get out there and do what I preach, not what I practice.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I was like, well, if I make my target, I get my commission, babe. You don't. So I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah.
You know? But
It's a rough old business now, to be fair.
it's tough. It is tough. But I suppose like there is a real. Again, I think we talked about this on like the influencer episode. Commission can definitely add up, especially like on a makeup counter, on a beauty brand counter over Christmas. It will definitely add up. I think like I've had commission checks for like $2,000. Yeah. And that's a really like your commission's like 3%. It's not. Again, I think people think it's like 20%. It's not.
Yeah.
It's like really, really low. But obviously at Christmas,
There's so much more.
there is so much
Purchasing.
more purchasing. And if you have Christmas sets, after Christmas, the sales.
Yeah.
Because you'd get the commission for the buy-in price, for the sell-in price, not for the price that Boots have decided to put them down to.
Oh, yeah. They
get
make
me?
the loss on that.
They
yeah.
make the loss on that. It's on them. Like if they've over ordered, then it's up to them to kind of like
like what you said with the contract that they
yeah.
have with the brand have with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
store. Oh, so it doesn't
So-
affect the seller.
Yeah, so your commission, like the way that it would work is that your commission was paid by the brand, not by the store.
Yeah.
So, and then the commission, because the brand would have already worked that into their selling terms. So,
So how does that work then? So you get your normal wage.
yeah, and then it's 30 days behind. So
Right.
I'd get December's commission end of January. It's beautiful.
Gift.
But then it would be shit because like November, you have to remember when I was on counters, Black Friday wasn't really kicking off yet.
Yeah.
So like November was still like not the most, like it was busier, but it was still not December. Like
Yeah.
December used to be like I used to say it all the time. I would happily go back to retail during December if it was the way that it used to be.
Yeah.
Like I fucking loved retail.
Yeah.
I loved selling. I loved the buzz. I loved all of it. I loved being on counter.
And it's funny that you're saying like it's not the way that it used to be, because as a consumer, it definitely seems as busy as it's always been, if not worse.
Yeah, but
You
share a
can't-
voice. There's so many more brands, Jen. You have to remember when I worked in Boots in Blanche, it was like there was 8 counters. Now there's like 30 all rammed in and they're all concession. It's not how it used to be.
Yeah.
There was like
yeah.
8 counters, 3 people on a team. Lancome and Lauder would have like 4 or 5, just depending, because they were always so busy because it's like skincare, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, whatever else like that. Like Benefit had like 7,
Yeah.
do you know? Like we had 3 to 4 on the Smashbox counter, and then you'd have like Clarins and, so it was like Clarins, Clinique, Elizabeth Arden, Chanel, Smashbox, Benefit, Lancome and Lauder. Now it's like Kylie, Fenty.
Yeah.
Like there's so much. There's so many more brands that are like in Boots now. That Boots now stock. Sol de Janeiro. Like there's just, I don't even know if they stock them, but you know what I mean. There's just a million different brands now, and it's all much smaller. It's all.
Where's Benefit now? That must be down in BT too, is it?
No, it's still in Boots. It still has a big counter in Boots.
Does it?
Yeah, it's
Jesus,
huge. And it has a brow bar in it now in Boots, I'm pretty sure. The brow bar used to be in Debenhams, and then Debenhams went, so I think they put it into Blanche, because Blanche is, say it all the time, Blanche is the busy shopping
Benefit
centre.
in Boots and then Debenhams open. I thought they completely shifted to Debenhams.
No.
Oh, right.
No, there's Benefit in Boots and Benefit in Debenhams.
Jesus.
And the Benefit in Debenhams would always take like twice what the Boots one would take.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm shocked at that.
Yeah.
I always feel like it was
Because
empty.
you have to remember there was a Lancome in Debenhams too, and a Lauder, and a Chanel, and a, so there was loads of doubles, but Smashbox, thank God, there was only one.
Yeah.
So there was plenty of different, like there was plenty of like double counters and all that other kind of stuff. It just really depended on where you wanted to shop.
I never even noticed that.
Yeah.
That's mental.
And everybody thought that Boots wasn't Boots, this was Ramo. You had to come into Boots to get all your other bits, so you might as well
You
buy it from
needed
there.
all your bits. And the
people
points.
love the points.
The
yeah.
point system
Points
was...
events used to go off. Like when you would do $7.50 back in points on your Boots card.
Yeah.
I mean, droves of people. Or you do 2 product purchase and you get a tenner back on your Boots card.
Yeah.
Like from any of the premium beauty. We used to be like, ho, 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 ho. Rubbing my hands together. But yeah, commission isn't as big as I think.
It used to be.
Not even it used to be. It was never absolutely wild. But it was one of those things that I still think there's a big misunderstanding as to how much commission
people,
is.
are actually...
And if it's a high ticketed item, obviously, if you're buying something that's like €500 and the commission is
10%.
10%,
no, that's
decent, but it's
and I think
rare.
in car sales, it's probably an awful lot more.
Obviously, yeah, it's mad. Sure, I was only looking at oh my God, I love it. It's on Netflix at the moment.
Wow.
Oh, fuck, I'll get the name and you can pop it in the thing. We were only watching it the other day.
Somebody checking their blood pressure? What the fuck is that?
That's just a little, what are they called? Tree surgeon? Probably a little tree surgeon.
Lovely. It sounded like, one of them electric blood pressure machines. I was like, Ma, you here?
Hello? Oh, it does actually sound like one of them. Is this a GP? Excuse you. Goldwins or Goldmans? I can't remember. You know the huge auction house in the US?
Okay.
And you definitely have heard of them. You've definitely seen their like auctions. They have a show now on Netflix.
Oh my God.
And it's so interesting because when you see them, like they were doing baseball memorabilia was like their first episode. So they used to be known as like a purely sports one, and now they're branching out to like all these different things. So they've like scouts that go out and find like one guy was like, oh, I used to be really into like the fashion sector, and now I'm trying to break into the IT sector. So I'm going to see a guy who has an Apple One computer, which is like a 1960s, like 70s very first Apple. They were talking about like there was a jersey. It was, I can't remember Jackie. I can't remember her surname. I'm not into baseball. I'm really sorry for any American listeners right now. You're going to be like screaming at this. Anyway, Jackie, can't remember his surname.
Yeah.
His jersey still has a bit of his blood on it. And he was like a titan he changed baseball. He changed baseball forever. He was the first black person allowed on a team, but they still like made him eat separately and like really fucked up stuff. Anyway,
Jesus.
But he like changed the narrative around black people being able to be in sports in baseball in particular. And his jersey anyway, this guy has this jersey and they were trying to sell it for 10 million.
Oh my God.
And they were like, a jersey has never gotten over 5. And he was like, he's not going under 10. He's just not, it's like, it will not sell.
How does he have it?
And the commission, I don't know. You never know.
No.
And the commission on it the commission's 20%. So I was like, if they got 10 million.
200 grand, is it?
2 million.
2 million, sorry. 2 million.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm
So
thinking
can
of
you
a
imagine?
two. Yeah, fucking that would
10 million,
grand.
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So I was like, holy fuck. And your man even says, he's like, they had a bidder, it went to auction, they put all this, because I was kind of like, oh, if it doesn't sell, it doesn't sell. They're like, no, we've put marketing spend on it, we've done promo, we've done this, like it's the auctioneers.
Yeah.
It's up to them to put all this effort and time into it to try and sell it because they
That's
make
it,
their
they earn their
commission.
commission, yeah.
So it was interesting. Anyway, they went for 7.5. Your man was like, no, don't care. And the guy was like, I will cut my commission in half if you just sell it for this. No jersey's ever gone for over 5. This one, you're looking for 10. That's double. Like, I don't think you're going to do well with, like, I just don't think it's going to happen. He was like, no, we'll just take it to another auction house. He was like, okay.
Right.
So it's mad how it works, isn't it? Because I was like,
Yeah.
holy fuck, if I was working for that commission, I'd be like, woo! Let's go. Okay, let's go.
It's very appealing, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was really interesting because it's actually a good show. You know, one of those things that you kind of throw and you're like, fuck off.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Fuck off. No way. Beanie Babies. They had a big collection of Beanie Babies. I'm fucking Beanie Babies.
Carly going down in her fucking bandana. Our granddad's grave to get the beanie
Foolish
baby
get
off.
the Beanie Baby off it. Sorry. Sorry, guy. Sorry, I found someone who can take it.
Sorry, Granda.
Our
It's
granddad.
worth 5 mil.
Going out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but other than that, guys, I've not seen great commission checks
Yeah, okay, right.
coming through the door.
We asked you some things that you were swizzled into buying things. Somebody said, rang Sky to get rid of some sports channels or at least get a better deal. Ended up with a bloody movie channels. Literally can't stay awake watching movies and have the attention span of a toddler on top of keeping the sports.
Go.
It fucking always happens. I will say Sky, to be fair, their customer service, they're very human.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
I find out of all of the, like, I fucking die on the spot having to ring Virgin Media. But Sky, I will say, would recommend. Their prices are astronomical and not worth it.
Absolutely outrageous pricing.
Ridiculous for a starting customer towards a loyal customer.
Yeah.
Also never understand that way. Loyal customers get fucking
Rinsed.
extortioned.
Yeah.
So I don't understand that, but to be fair, like when I was ringing up to, I was cancelling Sky because we were moving out, and I was moving back to my ma's. I was like, I have no option here. I can't carry over. Like, this is not happening. And he was just like, that's fair enough. He's like, oh yeah, it's really hard with the rental market. And you know what? He was really nice, and he was like, look, you're going to get a few emails trying to get you back. I said, I'm just warning you, it's an automatic thing. You can ignore them. You know, that kind of thing, but just real human, understanding kind of way about him. You know, lovely chap.
I mean, he's getting paid either way.
Isn't he? And he doesn't need
they're
to be
cold
like
calling.
that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Now, to be fair, my ma did ring Virgin Media the other day. And she got this fella because she couldn't get YouTube on a Virgin Media box for the life of her. And he had her on the phone for about 3 hours. But she said they had great crack. That was nice.
That's nice.
It's nice, isn't it? She's like, he was a young Flynn. He's like, Sheila, come here and I tell you. And here she was, I can't do this. And here he was, come here and I tell you what to do. You know, this kind of thing. He was like, she goes, he was like this
real human
young Flynn that just is, he's talking to a stupid auntie. She said, but I appreciate it.
Yeah. It's like, well, we can have fun here. You know, it doesn't have to be all,
exactly
trouble and strife.
Yeah.
Pressure impulse buy. My mother-in-law pressured me into buying a Caroline Kilkenny dress, €300. I was originally looking at a dress for €100, which I loved, but she didn't think it was classy enough. Heaven forbid I should show a hint of cleavage. A woman is delusional when it comes to money, and I happened to have my partner's wallet in my bag at the time, and she made me use his card and said he wouldn't notice such a small purchase.
What?
He most certainly did notice, and he was fine about it. He was just upset that I spent so much on a dress that I didn't even like. That generation are mad.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're like, why wouldn't you buy that from Arnott's?
It's
250 quid.
Their sense of value is so different, isn't it?
It's crazy.
Yeah. My ma would buy bed sheets for like 300 quid and not bat an eyelash. But then if she saw me buying, say, like a 6-pack of Wicket and it turned out to be 18 quid, she'd be like, that's extortion.
Yeah. You'd be like, what?
Yeah.
It's mad. It's like, it's also kind of like the disposable income that generation has. Will never to be seen again.
Yeah.
Never to be seen again.
No.
So they're like, why wouldn't you pay
Doesn't
€300? It's a wedding. But you get a nice dress for a wedding.
That you will wear once.
I will wear once. And they're like, no, you'll get 2 or 3 weddings out of it. I don't know 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
But also you can't wear a summer wedding dress in,
I know. It's not happening.
It's a lot. And also the fucking price of weddings nowadays. I'm not getting into it.
Do we need to speak about what the appropriate gift is these days? Because I think it's been updated since we last spoke about it.
Well, we need to talk about that and communion gifts too, and confirmation gifts, like how much you're given in a card. I don't understand it, again.
No.
I do not understand it. I don't know how we're going to be able to do anything.
It's crazy.
This is what I was saying about, the Aer Lingus strike.
Yeah.
So they're looking for a 23% increase in wage.
Right.
They've been off. I was like, holy fuck. They've been offered a. Let me see here. Have it here because we were chatting about it earlier. You know,
Yeah.
these are the things that me and my friends are texting about.
Fucking
24% increase.
Right.
They were offered a 12% and they rejected it. And I said, sure, a Donegal catch and an iced coffee and a croissant would set you that back.
Yeah.
Like Donegal catch nowadays, guys, the price out of control. And then my friend Stacey was telling me, she goes, sure, that would mean that some pilots are getting an extra 50 grand a year with 24% increase. She goes, which is more than the living wage as income.
Yeah.
And then we were talking, and then that's how we got into our second topic that we're talking about on Patreon, which is perks of the job. Because we were going back and forth about this, but that is it's mad. All the like, it's mad because it's like, because I would say, because when she originally said to me, I was like, sure, Jesus, like, cost of fucking, no one can afford to do fucking anything.
No, it's gone ridiculous.
Like, I went to the shop the other day, lads. 3 ice creams, €9. 3 fucking ice creams for €9. I wanted to lamp my head off the concrete outside. That's a fucking swizz. As I said, Donegal catch. I can't afford that.
No.
I have to go to my father's house to have a sniff of Donegal catch.
We talked about that on last week's. Yeah.
That's mad.
It's fucking crazy.
That's upsetting.
Like I said to Adam there, Joy, because we have a joint account, and 2 mornings last week he tapped his card in the morning at McDonald's, right? 7.20 McDonald's breakfast. I was like, Adam,
€7.20.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Whatever he's fucking getting, right? I was like, first of all, neck you, McDonald's, right? You're not.
He loves that joint card. He fucking loves that joint card.
Fucking loves that joint.
He's that woman. She won't notice €7.50 on a
But
McDonald's.
this is his thing. It's only €7. It's only and I'm like, excuse me, no, it's not. It's for essentials. I says, Adam, I starved myself on 2 days last week, nearly dropped dead of the fucking weakness.
I know, and you're so skinny.
Because I was like, I don't need to eat. We need to pay our bills, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like I would. But he thinks the world of himself. Do you know what I mean? I was like, you eat better than me and the kids.
Yeah.
In the AM.
Yeah. In the PM.
Yeah,
in the,
like,
in
that's
the,
not
in
even
the
including the
mid-AM.
fucking PM.
The
Do you know what I
middle-AM.
mean? I was the fucking cheek,
Yeah, he's some
It's
neck,
only
like.
€7. It's not the point.
Then take it out of your own fucking account.
Yeah, if you can't afford it, neither can
Neither
our
can
bill
I.
money.
Yeah, I'm not splitting it with you. I'm not going halfsies
We're not
on your
fucking-
McDonald's breakfast, you
Oh,
imagine?
the amount of time I'm now going to have to physically take his phone
Yeah.
out of his hand later
Yeah.
and secretly get rid of that joint card and then like chop it up, the real life one.
You there can call them Bank of Ireland. Can you cancel just one?
Yeah,
Just one
and
of
you
the
can't.
cards?
That's the
One
thing.
of the cards on the account. No, okay.
Is it your own one? No, it's the other half one. No, that's
No,
absolutely
that's
not the point
illegal.
of a joint account.
Illegal, actually.
You shouldn't have a joint account with this man. I was like, and I'd be like,
No,
yeah.
you're not wrong. But I found myself in a bit of a sticky wicky.
Do
So.
you know what I mean? Listen, I'd rather be looking at it than looking for it. Because he'd only lie if it was his own account. Do you know what I mean?
True.
Oh, stop.
Can't trust him, girls. Can't.
Somebody else who was swizzed. Went into Specsavers to get a copy of my prescription so I could order cheap enough prescription sunglasses online. That's a very good idea. I know you can do that. I do obviously the ads, it's mostly on like English TV and stuff, that they just order them online. They can get them for like £4 and stuff. But I'd never think of going into a place to ask for my prescription. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, the girl was lovely, asked me why I want a prescription. I tell her I was looking at sunglasses, etc. She's like, what's your budget? I'm like, I have none. Like,
€0.
she said, yes, you do have a budget. You're going online to get cheap sunglasses because you don't want to pay for the expensive ones, and Specsavers dead. Anyway, fashion show in the middle of the shop, and I almost €500 later, I got my prescription sunglasses.
Oh.
Like, this is exactly what you were avoiding,
Here we are.
hon.
Here we are.
How dare that woman?
I know, it's crazy. It's
She
crazy.
did you hear Specsavers do hearing tests now? That fucking salesperson should have done a hearing test. She didn't have a budget.
They know what they're at.
Leave her alone.
They know what they're at.
For fuck's sake.
I have to avoid makeup counters because I'm such a people pleaser and I know they earn commission. So anything that they offer me, I'm like, hee, okay, thanks. And then I leave after burning a hole in my debit card and cursing the salesperson to the depths of hell. I was a makeup artist for years, so I know the stuff that they're selling me is probably totally gimmicky and unnecessary shite, but I just seem to fold under any sort of pressure. Yeah, there is people, it's like, you can't bring them to like a market or anything.
Yeah.
They're like, I spent all my money. We've been here 10 minutes.
I know. All in the one shop.
Yeah. Like, well,
I
he
know.
said €20, so I just gave him the €20. You didn't haggle? No. Okay.
I know, it is. And then somebody else said, not me, thank God, but my boyfriend was once victimised by, oh my God, this must have been the same fucking stand. The spa stand in the Jervis shopping centre, and bought a face mask for €100.
Jeez.
I'd say that was the same one as mine. The like the hand thing.
100%.
It absolutely was, yeah. Before we go, do you have an unpopular opinion?
I do. Oh, no, hold on. We've got one more. I
Oh
just want
shit,
to say.
go
I
for
just
it.
want to say.
Go for it.
The Valona London hair removal sandpaper thing. Oh, God, do you remember that?
What?
The lady tried it on me at the wedding show in the RDS. It worked wonders on my
Them
arm
fucking
hair.
shows.
Yeah. Sorry, we haven't even opened them shows. Planned to be like, it might come back later. Really upsold us, gave us 18 months worth of replacement pad things for the price of 12 or something.
Yeah.
Does it work? Kind of. I used it once and I have, and I had to use 3 months worth of pads. One pad is supposed to work for a month. Lies. I was so disappointed the first time I used it on my legs and my arms, and I haven't used it since. I think I paid 80 quid.
And they sell them on Wish now.
Yeah, well, they said, like, this is
For
the
like
thing, is that you
€2.
can go onto Amazon and be like, hiya, how are you? And it's
Yeah.
right there, So there's a bit of that to it as well, girls.
As well. Those fucking shows, though, the wedding shows, the baby shows, the garden shows, the home shows, you end up buying the biggest load of shit. I would say if you get a demonstration and you're like, oh, well, I won't do it, go on your Amazon account and see can you get it on Amazon first.
Yeah.
Because the amount of
Check it out.
mandolin fucking vegetable choppers, it's unbelievable.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Crazy. Do you have an unpopular opinion?
I do, yeah.
Why is he playing harder with that? Go for it. Sorry, that
There's-
was a bit all over the place.
There's like no cringy marketing to me or naming of things when it's used. Not your mama's whatever.
Huh?
You know, when people say like, this is not your mama's pantyhose. Like, that's the name of fucking Huda Beauty's nymph line. NYMPH. Not your mama's pantyhose. It's like, now remember, this ain't your mama's, as if like, this is strong. This isn't your mom's just whatever. It's, it drives me up the wall. Because first of all, have you met my mother? No.
Toff has one up on everyone.
On everyone. So my mum's a slay. You're
Yeah.
like, not my mama's, I hope it is. 'Cause she's a slay.
She's got the stuff.
Yeah, so,
she's
like-
using Korean skincare before any of you bitches.
Like, she's on
Yeah,
the
Johnny.
money. So I don't know what you're saying, slurring that at me.
Yeah.
You know, like, this ain't your mama's,
You're
I hope it is.
generalising all mamas here.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, excuse me, if that's D's, I'm having it.
Yeah.
You know, it's top notch.
Yeah.
So I just find, again, it's one of those things. One of those most, I saw something else the other day. What was it? It was another celebrity. It was like Oprah or something being like, now this ain't your mama's. I was like, please stop.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like the opposite of marketing.
It is, isn't it?
That's mortifying. It's
I feel
cringing
like
me out.
the
You're
amount
cringing me
of-
into trying to buy this.
But even like, do you know the amount of times you've heard like, oh my God, look at her skin. She's 90. She looks unbelievable.
Yeah.
What's your secret? Soap and water. Like, they've the fucking best sometimes. Do you know what I mean?
Well, also, you
So-
know, the ozone layer wasn't like
That's true.
as bad.
That's very true.
You know, there were a couple of
There
bits
wasn't
going
as
on there.
much iodine in the water, I don't think.
Their foods weren't as processed, and
They-
their water was cleaner, and you know, a few things.
They didn't even need fridges because they ate their food so fresh. They didn't even need fridges.
Who said that?
So, this is interesting because I was all up in fucking kerfuffle about having to renovate me gaff, right? And I was like, who the fuck with the 8 kids was fitting into this kitchen? And my mum made a very good point because my nana's house in Finglas, when that was first built, would have been the 50s, 60s.
Sure.
Tiny kitchen.
Uh-huh.
She was like, we had one stove, didn't have a fridge. There was no, you were fancy if you had a fridge, but you went to the shop every day to get your food fresh. You
Okay.
didn't, there was no need to store food in a fridge to keep it cold.
Yeah, but the hassle of like, we don't have the time to do that.
No, but life was a lot simpler back then.
Yeah, true.
They got their milk delivered. That was their. They left the bottles out for the next day. There was a big turnaround because of the 8 kids.
Wow.
Like, it was a time.
Bottle
Do you know?
of milk.
But everything was just like, because even me mum was saying the other day, because we starting to get feel like a few little bits of food now. She's going to grab them and stuff, and she's like, now if my dad was alive, she'd be up on that counter, absolutely no safety around her, like the fear of falling off the counter. He'd hand her a slice of white bread covered like thick with Irish creamery butter, and it'd be all over. You know, that kind of. I was like real old school. I was like, yeah,
I'm like,
yeah. The look on your face.
I'm like, and it's bread and butter. I'm just
can't be bad.
bread and butter, and so there's a couple of combos that like I don't think they're perfect.
It can't be. Sorry, have you seen the Americans only discovering now that you can put butter on bread for a sambo?
What?
So,
Their butter's shite though. We're not talking.
and
about
their bread
that.
is shite.
Their bread is
Gatch.
brioche. It's like sweet.
Yeah.
And their everything's bad.
Everything is bad.
Everything's
but there
fucking
have to
bad.
been, so say like somebody goes to like a British shop or an Irish shop and they get like cheese and onion crisps, and they're like, their followers are after saying, oh, try it on bread. So they obviously can get what we would refer to as like normal bread over here, like your Brennan's, your Pat the Baker, that kind of thing, right? So they're getting that bread. They all have fucking Kerrygold now because
And
Courtney.
good for them.
Yeah.
And good for them.
It was a Kourtney Kardashian, right? So they're using that, the Kerrygold, and then putting the crisps on the thing, and they're losing their fucking minds.
But even their crisps aren't as, good. So like
But that's what I mean. They're going to like British shops and stuff and getting Walkers and Tato and stuff.
Walkers and a fucking crisp sandwich. Get out
There's
of here.
a few Americans
Disgusting.
in Britain doing it with Walkers and like
Sickos.
it's obviously on my For You page, so it's at the
Sickos.
hitting the emerald dials, and of course all of the comments are like, "What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Get a bag of Tato into you."
Yeah, like that's foul. That's foul.
Yeah,
behaviour.
exactly.
It's horrific.
Do you have a stomper before we go?
I do, of course. Yeah,
Right. Well, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Right. Go on.
Kyla's stomper of the week. I'm like throwing me up over there.
Go on. It's on.
So disclosure.
Oh.
Like they've just been bopping around for a
They
very
have,
long time.
haven't they?
Yeah, they really have. Anyway, they have a new tune. It's called She's Gone Dance On, and it's a summer bop. Let's just say.
Right.
Oh my God, why is everything
What's
so
going
loud?
on?
Oh, it's my own. For summer, we're at the carnival.
Screamers, you want to go faster.
On the waltzes now, on the waltzes now.
Let's go.
We're on the waltzes. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Hey, Grant. You have that on your little playlist.
It's a little, yeah.
Yeah, that's linked below.
You're gonna be
you.
screaming it,
Lovely, very, very good. We interrupt this broadcast to let you know that we're absolutely scarlet that the outro that we recorded for this episode did not, in fact, record. So I'm just going to leave you off here. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I'm going to leave you with a little snippet of our mini-sode from this week's Patreon, which the link is for down below as usual. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye!
So someone said, this one needs to go into a message. I'm in the corporate sales world, and when you/I hit those numbers, the benefits are insane. Outside of the commission benefits, I've been given a free holiday to the Caribbean and Mexico for me and my plus one. I fly a lot for work, in particular with BA, so I get upgraded a lot to business. I've stayed in some of the best hotels across the world. Now, obviously, that comes with a lot of self-sacrifice, and it's not something that you can do forever, but I am fleecing it while I can. Also, my partner's in construction, and we recently renovated our whole house inside and out and built an office out the back for less than 25k with all the favours he pulled.
Oh, that's
wish.
a dream.
I fucking wish this all the time. Like Tom's sister, her fiance is
Builder.
carpenter.
Oh,
But he has a company, and I mean everything.
yeah.
They are just building and changing, and it's just like, wow, I wish I had.
Although, my fella's a painter, and he's part of a company that it's a maintenance company, so all walks of life, plumbers.
Yeah.
Not contractors as such, more so maintenance, like plumbers, there will be carpenters and, stuff like that. We've gotten like one or two little benefits, but like they're always
That's on
too
Adam.
fucking busy.
That's on Adam.
That is very
That's
true.
on him.
Yeah, that's
Got to
very,
pull them favours in. He's got to do a few himself. That's
Yeah.
how they work,
yeah, I know. That's very true.
you know?
Oh,
That's-
I'd love to be with a contractor though. I'd love to be with a builder. Be unbelievable. Their gaffs to be unreal.
I know. And such high spec and good quality and all this. It's like,
Do you know what they're doing?
wow,
Wow.
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 Somebody said trips to Champagne and other Languedoc wine and champagne full flow. Okay.
Well,
There's no context to that. That's just the benefits that they get.
she gets trips to Champagne, and
Yeah.
she also gets champagne and bits and bobs.
Loads of champagne. It sounds like she was drinking champagne.
Sounds-